Hi everyone, I'm Cheryl and welcome to the Sewing Room channel, and this is your tip of the week. I'm going to give you some tips on rag quilting. And rag quilts look raggedy, they're supposed to. Your edges are all fluffed up and look like little rags, but the inside of your squares are very smooth. So here's some samples of fabric that I'm going to use. You can use as many different colors as you want, or you can use a specific color theme. So I'm going to show you how to stack your fabric. So here's one color that I'm going to use, and I'm going to turn it over to the back side, which is the not so pretty side. And I'm going to take the next one that's the not so pretty side. Then I'm going to take this one, and I want the pretty side up. So when I'm done, this is going to be the back of my quilt, and this will be the front of my rag quilt. Because I want different fabric pieces showing up in every other square, this time I'm going to start with this solid one, turn it over to where the back is up, the not so pretty side, take the next one, that's the not so pretty, put the not so pretty side up, and then take the next one here, and this time have the pretty side up, because this is going to be the back side, and this will be the front. So after you've got all of your fabric stacked, now you're going to stitch them together. So because this I want to be on the top side of the rag quilt, and this one's on the top side of the rag quilt, I'm going to bring the pieces together that are going to be on the bottom side of the rag quilt. I hope this is making sense. So now you have them all lined up, and then you're going to stitch a 1/2 inch wide seam. So once you have these stitched together, you're going to take the other side, the other edge, lift them up, bring the underside, the part that's going to be showing on the back, bring those together, and stitch a 1/2 inch wide seam. So here's a small sample of what it looks like when you have it all stitched together. So you can make this into a quilt or a table runner, whatever you want to make out of it. It doesn't matter. So everything is stitched real nice. The last thing that I do is I'll do a 1/2 inch wide seam all the way around the quilt or table runner, whatever it is you're making. And then you're going to take scissors and you're going to do little cuts going in towards the edge all the way around and on all of the seams. Now you don't want to do rag quilting unless you have a really sharp pair of scissors. These little scissors won't do it. You need something really heavy duty. So if you even have longer scissors, but they're not very sharp, they're going to really get raw. They're not going to work at all after a while. You're going to take all the sharpness out of it when you're doing rag quilt. So to have a successful time at making rag quilts, you need rag quilting shears. These are made by Fiskars. I think they have them at Joann's. You can go on Amazon.com. You can probably go on the Fiskars website, Etsy.com. They're available at many places. And these cut so well. And so let me just show you what you do. So I'm going to go in like this. Now I don't want to cut into my stitch line, and I'm going to just cut. And this will cut through many layers of rag quilting, of rag quilts. I only have 3 layers. Some people use maybe 5 layers because you want the raggedy part to look very comfortable. Now on the seams, you'll just go in. I'll usually cut like in through here a couple of times at this area. Then I'll come in and cut through here, through all the layers. Now, I'm not real good at the cutting because I have a very weak left hand and my right hand doesn't work at all. So I have a wonderful husband that I give this to. Once I have it all stitched, he sits in front of the TV and does all the clipping for me. Now, this is a small sample of a baby rag quilt. And this is made out of flannel. Flannel is probably the best to use in rag quilting because it rags up really good. And I've only thrown this in the washing machine a few times. Every time it's washed, it looks a little more raggedy in here. I only used 2 fabrics because the flannel is much thicker than your quilting fabric. So what you do is you throw it in your washing machine and then put it in your dryer. And about every 20 minutes you need to go check your lint filter in your dryer because it will clog up really fast. So you need to periodically go in till it's dry. If you think it needs more fluffing, you could get it wet again and throw it in the dryer. Like I said, every time it's washed, it'll fluff up more. On this particular rag quilt, I used a completely different technique. This is what it looks like on the back. This technique is great if you're using just a few colors. If you have too many on here, if you have like 4 or 5 layers, the technique will probably not work very good. But I want you to check out that video because it's really easy, the technique I used. You don't have to stitch a lot of squares together. You stitch just 2 pieces of fabric together, all together at once, and poof, it's done. So it's really fast. So like I said, it's great for small projects. That link will be listed below. In the description section, you scroll down until you see the word more. Click on it and you will see some links appearing. Now here is a sample of the Platitudes fabric. On your samples, you could make many things: drink coasters, placemats, table runners, neck scarves. And I'm going to show you samples later of some of those items. So on your edges, it unravels really easily. So you could either do a serger machine stitch. Not everybody has one, but what it does is it cuts and binds your edge all at one time. Or on this edge, you could do a sewing machine overcast stitch. And most of your machines made nowadays have an overcast stitch on it. So then, to finish the edges off, you could turn the edges under and press and stitch on top all the way around all 4 edges. To make the fringe, all you need to do is take a straight pin or a seam ripper and just pull the threads out at the end. And then you pull them out. And you keep repeating that process until you get the fringe whatever width you want. It can be a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, or more. Then you would go to the opposite edge and do the same thing. Then you would go to your other 2 edges and repeat it. Just pull it out and pull it out all the way across. And you keep doing that till you get all your edges the same width. So here's an example of some of the things that I've made. This is a little drink coaster. Your drink coasters are anywhere from a 5-inch square on up. You could make them smaller if you like. This is a placemat, and most of your placemats are usually 14 to 18 inches in size. And this is a little square that I used under my lamp to protect the table. And again, you could make that any size. Just measure the base of your lamp and make it accordingly to fit under there comfortably. And this is a long strip I had left over from a clothing project, and I made a neck scarf out of it. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tip of the week and that you've learned something new. Remember, if you want to get into rag quilting, make sure you check out that link below your YouTube screen. I'm also going to have some links to some of my ponchos that are made out of the Platitudes fabric, and that link is also below your YouTube screen. Scroll down till you see the word more, click on it, and that section will expand open and you'll see a lot of links appearing. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and make sure you go and check out my Facebook page. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and happy sewing. If you like the Sewing Room channel, one of the best ways to show your support is to subscribe by clicking on that red subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to click on share to share this video with your friends. And make sure you click on the bell so you receive notifications for all my new videos. I'm Cheryl, this is Manny, and this is Scotty. See you next time.